you have Ludvig Aberg winning the
Yeah.
2024 PGA.
Yeah, look, I think as I mentioned a few minutes ago, I've seen enough to think that he's got the game to suit. He does have length. You said you don't have to be a great approach player, but he is. He's a very, very good approach player. He putts well. I think the short game might have let him down a little at the Masters, but I mean, Valhalla in a lot of ways can be quite forgiving in parts, and that may play into his favour.
The person I think will. It's just so hard, I think, to ignore three previous victories in this tournament, and the most recent one being last year, and now searching for your sixth, which I think puts him in rarefied air and is approaching Arnold Palmer territory of major victories. I can't go past Brooks. There's
Mm.
something about this tournament. He's won five. Three of them have been this tournament. Two have been the US Open. He struggles, particularly in the Open, and he just struggles to get across the line in the Masters, but he just loves these two tournaments and this one in particular. And I don't think that's any secret for all the reasons we said before about the questions the PJ's asked you and the setup. It is so well suited to his game. He comes in good touch, having won his last start. And I think I can't be left at the altar again, underestimating him in this tournament. And I think he thrives on it. I think he thrives particularly probably in the last 2 years since he made the jump, being perennially underestimated at these tournaments. I could have interchanged this and won't quite comfortably, but largely I settled that Rory won't win. So when I picked Brooks, then the nature of this format is we try and fly as close to the sun as we can, and the man's in the second line of betting.
Yeah.
So he's won off his last start. He's won the last time this tournament was played at this course. Everything sets up well for him. I don't love winning the week before majors.
I'll go with mine, and I'll give you the Quinella from last week. So Xander Schauffele won't win. I still cannot understand how this bloke fucking ends up in the top five of the betting market every
Yeah.
major. The guy hasn't won in 2 years. His last meaningful win was the 10th of July 2022 at the Genesis Scottish Open. He hasn't won on US soil since June 26, 2022.
I said before that the reason primarily I wanted Ludwig to win was that in my mind, the emergence of a genuine rivalry could almost be the best thing for golf at the moment. If there's one thing that might be better, it's a genuine chance of a Grand Slam. So I think, let me also say I don't expect it to happen. Like, he is all the things we've said him to be in the last couple of weeks, and I take none of that away. He's also coming off the birth of his first child. He's an incredibly family-oriented individual. He, I'm sure, will be spending as much time as humanly possible with Meredith and said child. Prior to leaving to go to Kentucky, he'll come in off not much sleep.
My want to win. Jason Day. I've gone. I really
Wow.
loved what I saw at the
Wow.
Masters. I really did. Some awful kit. Last week, elite. If they can roll
Yeah.
that out, I'll be back on this Malbon mob. Not as good as
That
not as good as Puma, obviously, but
that button down, I was all for.
yeah.
I was all for that button down. Yeah.
I mean, played well here back in 2014, finished T15, and was in and around contention, and finished one over par on the Sunday. But yeah, I think it would just be such a good story for Australian golf to have a guy who we've probably, I'll repeat what I've said on this show a bunch of times in the last 6 months, a guy who we wrote off 12 or 18 months ago as really not even being in contention at a golf tournament is now potentially the leading chance at a major tournament.
The one that I found alarming was the 2022 US Open champion, Matt Fitzpatrick, at $61.
Yeah.
Like, not playing his best golf, and I don't think playing the golf that secured him that major title, but one of the fastest swings of a driver, generates an enormous amount of power and length off the tee,
Mm.
which, like, I go back to what I said probably in the first 10 minutes of this episode. the inescapable reality of this tournament is it is tailored to a certain subset of players.
There's a guy can I give you two unknowns? I'll give you two guys that look, no disrespect, that you probably never heard of. You ready? I'll give you two.
Yep.
151, a bloke called Aaron Rye. Now, he plays on the DP World Tour predominantly, has been playing increasingly a lot on the PGA Tour. He ticked a lot of boxes, nearly all 5 boxes when I was doing my Masters preview. Very good player. Probably won't win, but definitely one if you're considering a top 20 little look. And Jake Knapp is the other one at 151. I would put him in arguably the most pure swing on the PGA Tour at the minute. It is exquisite. All of that is just fluff and fill for me to say that my roughie for this week, the bloke who finished at T3, resurgence as he gets ready to win the US Open, give me Rickie Fowler at 111.